So the retest above the daily opening price, essentially reading the retest, reading the order flow, tells us that we're at a supply area. It's not any pattern, it's not any indicator, it's not any fair value gap, it's not any moon cycle, it's not any psychological number, it's nothing like that. Everything comes down to understanding who is in control between the buyers and the sellers. And so I'm trying to break this down as simply as I can. You want to see price breaking below the level and then coming and retesting that level. And so when we see price retesting that level, we can see 7 for 143, significantly more aggressive buyers, and we can see 0 for 104, so way more aggressive buyers. And we also see 0 for 5, again, more aggressive buyers. And then we see price breaking below the level. Notice how we have a body break just over here, right? This body break just over here. So what does that tell you about the 143 aggressive buyers here? And more importantly, the 104 aggressive buyers for 0 sellers, aggressive sellers. Well, it shows you the buyers have not been rewarded. So what's really going on over here? If I just write out one of the numbers, we see 0 for 104. We see 0 for 104. So what that means, right? What that means from a very technical perspective is that aggressive buyers have been absorbed by passive sellers, right? So aggressive buyers have been absorbed by passive sellers. And so this is the theory behind taking any fair value gap. So why does a fair value gap work? Well, a fair value gap is simply a function of absorption, of this case of buyers. So we see an absorption of buyers, which means that sellers are in control. Sellers are in control at this level, right? So where, what, why? We have a fair value gap, we have a POI. Where? What are we looking for? Well, we're looking for an absorption of buyers. Now, why are we selling? The reason we're selling is because we actually get the absorption of buyers, so passive sellers are in control. And that is the only reason the market moves down. That is the only reason. And so when we see aggressive buyers failing, sellers in control, this was essentially your first position just over here, right? So that was my first position over here for about a 1 to 1.5 risk reward. Or I think I kind of took out some partials over here. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So if we just go back to the Discord. Sorry, let me just get this up. So my next trade was a